Livewire is brought to you by Pristine Productions. Digicel. Get more, love more, live more.
What's up, what's up, what's up, guys? And I want to say, what's up, guys? I want to shout out to all the fans here. How you doing, man? And welcome to another show here. I am your mixing engineer, of course, Mr. International Extraordinaire Engineer here, Andrew Raybird. And we're going to be talking about some new stuff here. So, be sure, guys, to hit me up on my YouTube channel here. And if you want to donate to my Cash App, hit on that green button right there. Be sure to check out my Pristine Productions website here, link in the description here. My new libraries out here, Pro Ahsoka Synth Plux. If you want to get that latest Plux here, you're going to love this library here. I'm going to share a little bit of a video here on this here. Now, the Ahsoka Synth Plux here is where you get the latest Plux. You get 15 Plux here with the sample loop, and you can craft that. You can create any top-of-the-line professional Destra, Patrice, Kestaban, Soka in any DAW, BPM synced, ready for your next project here. And I'm definitely going to do another video on that Soka synth here. So you want to jump ahead and get that. My new Soka synth Plux here, available now on my store here. But also, guys, if you want me to mix and master for you, I do pro mixing and master engineering service here. So hit me up on pristineproduction@501@gmail.com. Now we're gonna be talking about how to get a full mix here, and I'm gonna show you the key element, what you need to do to get that mix. I want to shout out to my lights here in Belize City with all these beautiful lights behind me here, and get some pizza, guys, and let's get into it here on Pristine Productions here. So I'm gonna cut straight right into it here, and I want to say once again, welcome to the show, guys. Mr. Engineer here himself here. So I want to thank you guys for supporting me always, and I love you guys so much. So how to get a full mix? How do you get how do you know when to get that sound, when to get that full mix to impress that artist or that producer? So that's what I'm gonna jump in right now and get into that here. So here's my screen here. Here's my deck, and I'm gonna play this track here. Got a few elements popping here. Now you might say, Ray, how do you get the mix to sound so full? That's what we're going to talk about today. How do you know when there's enough sounds in that rhythm to make it how it is? And I'm going to share a little bit of EQ trick on how to get that full mix. So let's get right down into it here. So I'm going to isolate some of these tracks here. And I'll be sure to pick up my Soka Synth Plux, as I was talking about earlier before, guys. You're going to love that library. And you can create the top of the line. I've taken my best arrangement of Soka Plux, MIDI tracks, and sample loops. And you can make countless rhythms from these. These are taken, inspired from Kestaban, Destra Garcia, all these big artists. You should check it out on my store. Link in the description. I'm definitely going to do a video on that to show how you can pull in those Plux. Link it up with any BPM VST. Get your synth rolling. So let's see what we got here. I've got some hi-hats happening here. Got some claps going here. Now, what I typically start out with, you know, we have some drums here. I'm gonna take a little bit of zoom in here and see what we got here. Have that going there. And this is what you call, you know, the latest tune, the fitty gal them, you know, want to inspire that female artist around as a love track and a little bounce. This is it right here. So I started out with the inspiration here, with the plucks here. I'm gonna start off with the rhythm section first, and I'm gonna take too long on this, guys. Let me see what I got here. Let's see. I'm gonna have a snare drum here. Got some claps here. Let's get to the kick drum here. Okay. Now this is what I started out with here. I want that dancehall bounce to be moving there. And I want a little bit of clap happening there. I'm not having too much sound. It's simple sounds, but it sounds full. Let's see if I have any more surprise in here. Let's see what I got here. Synthesizer. Okay, so that's what I have here. So first thing first, you want to make sure you do a little bit of pre-mixing here. If you want to impress an artist or a producer, guys, you want to make sure you do a little bit of EQ, fatten up that kick drum a little bit there so you can do that impression, because artists and producers are very picky on the kind of rhythm. You got about 5 seconds to impress somebody. You send them a rhythm and say, hey, check my beat out. You want to purchase my beats? I make dope beats. And they say, sure, let me hear what you got. And then you send them the beat, and there's no low end. They're looking forward to hear this big grand sound. They've dealt with professional producers before, so they're looking to hear this big grand sound. If they don't hear it, they're going to say, I don't like it, you know. So it's very key, essential to get that mix popping with a little bit of pre EQ there. So let me go down now to the. So I'm going to show what I did with the kick drums real quick here. I'm going to go down to the kick. Play that. Now I have multiple kicks here. Let's move that there. Now this is what I have on the track here. I'm boosting some low end here. I'm boosting a little bit of, let's see what I got here, about 9 dB at 40 hertz. This is what the kick would sound like without the channel strip here. Sound a little bit boxy. It's not too hot. I have a second kick that comes in every now and then. And the reason why I use the second kick, I want a little bit of extra low end. Yes, we can do that with, you know, tape machine, different plugin, but sometimes you compare different sound, you get, you know, a natural feel of things. So you go by taste. So that's the first thing I did. I added some hertz here, so I went ahead and added about 9 dB at 40 here. A little bit of touch up on the 10K, about 9 dB. I'm doing some mega boosting here because the kick was lacking that here. So that's what I started out with. I picked this kick because it had a punch already, so I needed to build on that. So I'm going to turn on back and that's what we got here. And that's combined with a pre-recorded toms. That's what I did here. Now I'm also EQing the second kick here. Now all I'm doing here is adding a little bit of more top end to combine with this kick here. It has low end already, so I just want a little bit of top end to combine here. So I bring in the 2 here. If I turn off the SSL, check how these kicks gonna sound without the EQ here in the drums. It sounds okay, but okay is not enough. So let me kick in the channel strip. Now you can feel that pump. You're getting that dance hall move now. And so I'm doing that. So we're pre-cooking here. We're doing a little bit of pre-mix so we can have our music nice and buff, ready to impress Nyla Blackman or one of these artists. So that's the main element there. We want to make sure we have some strong drums going. So since we have drums going now, and of course I'm having a little bit of, let's see, I have some toms playing here. Just adding a little bit of top end here. Now I'm not going to touch too much on the effects and reverbs. I'm just focused on getting a nice strong rhythm here to impress that producer, that artist here. Now here is where the money is at right here. Now I started off with the inspiration of a pluck here. And on my channel strip here, I'm not doing much, just a little bit of compression and sending it through the reverb. Now I know I said I won't talk about too much effects, but that's all I'm doing here is running through the reverb, sounding good. I turn off the reverb. Kind of sounds a little bit dry. So that's what I started out. I'm not boosting any low end or anything like that. So let me go to the next sound here. I'm creating atmosphere. And this is like a nice lead sound going here. Which is giving me some nice movement here. So I like how that dips in and dips out. Nice vibe. Now all I'm doing there is add a little bit of top end on the 5K here. So I'm going to bring in another pluck here. So I'm sending that through the reverb to create a little bit of atmosphere. You can use reverbs to create a little bit of atmosphere so the rhythm doesn't sound too dry. Here's a second pluck here. Oh, I like that. I like how that sounds. A little bit of epic feel there. This instrument has its own reverb, so I'm not adding any additional stuff to it. I'm not doing anything on the EQ literally here. I'm just loving how that sounds natural. So that alone right there, these three elements is giving you inspiration, and I guarantee it's going to inspire that female artist as well. Like I said, this is for the gal them kind of tunes. So I wanted to add some support, some body support with that there, because we got to think big and buff. This is 2022. So let's see what we did here. I have a I have a pad sound here. Here we go. So we're dealing with 4 sounds. Notice how that pad's vibe is blending in with the rest. I'm gonna go da 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 da. And by the way, guys, all this is being done with my Carbon MIDI board here, which I'm using here. Dropping all these tunes, using the modulation effects there, creating that movement and that space. So on that pad, I'm not doing much. I'm just adding a little bit of warmth, sending it through the LNS here. I'm not doing anything but a little bit of compression and a little bit of notching out. Keeping things naturally toned and creating vibe. So that's the main element right there. I have 4 sounds, 2 plucks, and a distant pad, and a little bit of a pluck string there. So let's see what else Brother Ray has here. I'm gonna bring in another sound. There's a little bit of cat meow, a little bit of a little bit of pinch there. Now, if I wanted to, I could have taken that out and just bring in the drums here. Now, that already sounds full right there. So, but I want a little bit of extra touch by taste here. That's why I'm bringing in these extra sounds here. Bring in the hi-hats here. If I wanted to, I could have sold that right there by itself to the artist, but I wanted to create some movement. So on certain bars, I'm bringing in that pluck again, and that cat growl. So I'm bringing a little bit extra claps here. And as you can see, I'm not doing much with the claps. I'm just bringing down, I'm just using volume as a balance here. Not doing too much EQ. I'm just getting that mix. It's already sounding like, it's kind of Spotify ready here. But I wanted to create the inspiration. You want to make sure you're creating inspiration. When artists hear what's happening, whenever a beat is coming from Rayburn, they know like, man, this thing is dope because I know how Rayburn do it. So you want to maintain that reputation. So that's what I'm doing with these snare drums. Now I'm gonna bring in that let's see, a Nexus pad here. Let's see if I can isolate that by itself there. I'll play that part there. Now it might start to sound like a lot, but it's not really a lot. It's about 1, 2, 3. I made about 20 sounds, excluding the drums. But it's simple little things. And let me see what else I got here. I have a little bit of movement here. I wanted this track to sound magical here. See, as you can see on my board here, I'm not doing much. A little bit of reverb here. I have a little bit of extra depth to this. So I'm just using reverb to create atmosphere to be an instrument cell here. I'm gonna bring in the bass line there. Now on the bass here, I'm giving a little bit of a pitch down, a little bit more of a buff low end here. Pro tip, guys, if you want stuff to sound a little bit more harmonic, don't be afraid or ashamed to use a little bit of tape machine. I'm using the R bass here from Waves, and I'm affecting the frequencies below 40 hertz. I'm using at 39, so I'm getting that harmonic rumble there, so I can have a nice full sound. Now, I went ahead and did a little bit of sound shifting here. If I can take this off. Adding a little bit of sound shifting there just to create a little bit more depth with that bass. And that's pretty much it, guys. I'm gonna bring in the drums here. Let me check the last track on the top here. That's a little bit of string teaser at the top. So I'm creating movement here. It's going back into that lead sound. As you can see on my mix bus, I don't have any compressors or anything here. This is literally just EQ on the individual tracks. So this is just getting a mix to sound full. So I want to impress that artist, that producer. And I want to make sure we make a reputation for ourselves. We don't want to sound cheap or you use what you call poco tempo sound. So I would encourage you guys to get a hold of some boards like the Korg Triton, some of these Roland machines. You know, they have phenomenal sounds. They want to sound new and modern. You don't want to use some old stock stuff. Now, not all stocks are bad, but you know. So I want to encourage you guys. That's how you make inspiration, and that's how you get a full mix ready for that person to, you know, unmistakably buy that rhythm from you or want to do a collab here. So I want to stop there, guys. Remember, if you want me to mix and master for you guys, be sure to check out my pro mastering. Contact me, and I'll be sure to be ready to mix for you. And of course, you guys can check out my Soca Pro Plugs here. Available now on my website, which you get top of the line Soca Plugs, MIDIs, and sample loops, BPM ready for any DAW. And that works on FL, Logic, Pro Tools, Studio One, you name it, we got it. And you're gonna hear sounds like what you hear from Destra, Kesteban, and all these big artists here. So be sure, guys, to definitely hook up and purchase that. So it's been a treat, guys. Remember, hit me up if you want me to mix and master for you. Be sure to check me out on YouTube if you want me to mix and master. Send me a link. And of course, I'm gonna catch you guys on the next one.